Saga Cigars, makers of the Saga Golden Age. The Golden Age is a cigar that takes you back to the classic days of cigar smoking. Through the 6 generations of experience by the Reyes family, the Saga Golden Age delivers a timeless blend that uses the nobility of the tobacco to bring you the perfect balance of power and flavor. It narrates better than words the history of a family's tradition in tobacco, delivering a cigar much like the ones they used to smoke in the times of Hemingway. Saga Golden Age is a full-bodied, full-flavored Dominican Puro. With tobaccos from one farm, the blend features a Corojo 2006 wrapper and filler from original Cuban seeds grown in the Dominican Republic. Available in 4 sizes at an affordable price, the Saga Golden Age is sure to please and take you back on a journey to yesteryears.
The Tabacero by Hamlet Paredes, developed and blended by Cuban master of tobacco, Hamlet Paredes. This cigar is an exciting addition to the Patel family, featuring traditional and rare sizes hand-picked by Hamlet himself. Smoke Tabacero by Hamlet Paredes today. For more information, visit them on the web at rockypatel.com and be sure to follow Rocky Patel Premium Cigars on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Experience the world through the eyes of an icon with the new Macanudo Inspirado line. Created for a global palate, Macanudo Inspirado defies convention. Handcrafted with the world's finest tobaccos, Inspirado delivers a unique international smoking experience. Find Inspirado Orange at fine tobacconists everywhere and Inspirado Black online and in your favorite catalogs. Ready to be inspired? Check out Macanudo Inspirado now at macanudo.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Stogie Geeks Show. This is our Stogies of the Week segment, where we talk about everything that we've been smoking, well, almost everything we've been smoking in the past week. Very excited for this segment because I smoked some Little Monsters. Did you smoke any Little Monsters?
You mean Skinny Monsters?
No, Little Monsters.
I got Little Monsters. Yes.
You smoke Little Monsters?
The new ones.
Skinny Monster.
Skinny. Son of a...
Are they Lanceros, right?
Yeah, the new
38.
ones.
They're Skinny Monsters.
Skinny Monsters.
Ew.
You didn't correct my... Usually I
We
upload like ridiculously wrongly named, misspelled.
I didn't correct those.
You didn't
I thought
have
you
time.
spoke a little. You know what's funny?
Skinny Little Monsters.
Skinny Little Monsters. The new ones. What are the new ones called?
Skinny Monsters.
Skinny Monsters.
I'll say
Thank
this.
you.
Paul's pretty accurate with his cigars, but sometimes the autocorrect he doesn't look at.
Yeah,
and
it autocorrects
creates
to
so
stupid stuff.
Like
yeah.
the Jennifer cigar we're going to talk about?
Jennifer. No, it's not Jennifer. It's Gen F. I wrote Gen F and it autocorrected
Okay,
to Jennifer.
I'm like, what is the Jennifer cigar?
It's this new
But how
cigar.
did Little Monsters and Skinny Monsters kind of like autocorrect?
No, that was just.
Okay.
Well, I
No,
figured
that was me being ridiculous, stupid.
It was a very busy day over here at the Stogie Geeks Cigar Newsroom today. That's all I'm going to say.
The Little Monsters came out first.
There was some news today that kind of broke.
The Pudgy Monsters, and now we have the Skinny Monsters. I smoked the Skinny
So
Monsters.
did you-
So many different monsters.
haven't-
There's too many monsters.
many monsters.
I haven't broke down and got it yet.
You didn't. You have to get some, dude.
Okay, so we'll have to talk about it.
So I smoked
Truth of me, neither did I.
You didn't smoke them either?
No.
Son of a. So I smoked the Chuck and the Tiff. I'll talk about. Let's talk. Where's the Chuck? I'll talk about. I rated them both the same. Because to be honest, from the past couple of releases, the Chuck and the Tiff have kind of been my favorites that stand out in the line to me.
The Chuck is very. I know the Tiff was more polarizing with people. I liked it. The Chuck is very underrated.
Yeah, I agree. I like the Chuck. I had a great flavor. I rated it a box split. The Tiff. Now that's a Connecticut wrapper on the Tiff. That's Connecticut cigar.
Connecticut, yep.
Awesome flavors. The draw was a little snug. I could tell that it was struggling. Had a little bit of Paul syndrome going on there. But I really like the Tiff. I rated that box split as well. I'll tell you what, that could go up in a rating. I'm going to smoke more, and hopefully they're not going to be a tight draw on it. And I think that rating's going to go up because flavor-wise, this profile was one of the best Connecticut cigars I smoked in a long time. I mean, I really love the Tiff.
I did like that Petite Robusto they did with the Pudgies. I did like it, but I know there were some people did not like that cigar. But I did like. I'm not saying it was my favorite of the Pudgy Monsters, but I kind of saw. I mean, it wasn't a Cab Luan, but it was good. I thought it was a good cigar. But that Chuck was. I just thought it had very unique flavors. Where I was kind of glad that was brought back with the
Skinny Monsters.
The Skinny Monsters. Now, yeah, why they did Lanceros, I'm still scratching my head. But okay, I'll just.
Well, I mean. They've done the other side, like a shorter Robusto size, right? So why not do a Lancero? Why not?
Does the world need another Lancero cigar? And I'm not talking about. I know some people really love them, but do you need another Lancero cigar in your store?
No,
No.
thank you.
That's what I hear. So that's just Now, from what I understand, I think the samplers will go. One thing I do like what Pete did with this is he put them in the sampler, and these are going to go regular production at IPCPR. So these skinny monsters will be in ongoing production. So it gives you a chance to kind of try which ones you like, and then when they hit the boxes, you can always go and get more of them.
I tell you why he did Lancero cigars. If he's making them regular production and you only have limited tobacco, you can make more of them in that smaller size. You're groaning over there with your head down. What the hell's the matter with you?
What's
You're on the
wrong?
Stogie Geeks show. Come on.
Nope,
Perk up.
nope. I'll just
Come on, you just had you just had a great cigar.
no.
Right.
I
You
just
didn't lose
think
Some awesome dirty martinis.
You didn't lose anything tonight.
No. I just think it's run its course.
The Monster Series.
Yes.
No, I agree. I do agree.
I think to some extent. I mean, Freddy Krueger's coming out this year. We'll see what happens with it. I thought Jekyll was great. I thought Hyde was a miss.
What is this year's put him at in terms of number wise? 10?
It's number 9.
9?
Yeah.
So we still got 4 more
Chuck
to
and
go.
Tiff. Chuck and Tiff are Chuck and Tiff are kind
Don't
of
count.
Don't really count. They're just in the samplers. Yeah. So there's supposedly 4 more to go.
I would love to see Chuck and Tiff go regular production. To be honest with you,
I would love to see that Chuck in the double Corona.
Yeah.
I mean, I really would. I don't know if I want the Tiff that's still in a double Corona, but I think a Chuck in like a 7x52 would be great.
I think either the Chuck or the Tiff in regular sizes would be awesome in
Yeah.
regular production. To be honest with you, because I think they stand out to me in the line. But who knows how much tobacco he's got to work with to make these special
That's it.
releases. Over to you, Will.
I kind of, for folks may have seen a couple of the Stogie Geeks shorts. We've had a gentleman named Mark Thompson from Esteban Carreras on. He happens to be both Paul's local representative and mine in North Carolina. And Mark's a great guy. He really knows the line well. And I happen to be a big fan of the Esteban Carreras Habano Maduro in that Robusto size. And I never ask him for that cigar, but every time he's in town, he drops one of those off for me, and I'm so grateful for it. That cigar's been out for I've been smoking that cigar since 2009.
The 1961?
No, this is the Habano Maduro.
Okay.
And if you haven't had the Habano Maduro, you want to have it in the Robusto, which I think it's a really, really special cigar. It's an old Nicaraguan cigar, so that has a Nicaraguan Habano wrapper, dark Nicaraguan Habano wrapper. It's old Nicaraguan binder and filler. Great cigar. It's like a medium to full, classic Maduro flavors. It's always from start to finish. That cigar smokes fantastic. You're just gonna get that's great. Some spice on it. You get a little bit of those earthy notes. You get a little bit of that dark chocolate. I bought a lot of boxes of these cigars. It remains a box-worthy cigar. I think it's still my favorite in the Esteban Carreras line to this date.
Speaking of Esteban Carreras, I smoked a 1961 Corona. Now, I smoked one of these when I had a little bit of a cold. So I wanted to revisit it because I thought it stood out in the line. And I don't think I rated it on the previous show. This cigar has some awesome flavors. And you know the whole history. Apparently, these were released 8 years ago or something, Will? Something like that.
Yeah, they were released. They've been out a long time. It was the Cameroon. Yep. And I didn't notice, but they were done by La Aurora.
Yes.
So that's before Esteban Carreras had their factory. So I had no idea that was the cigar they did with La Aurora.
Apparently, the story goes these were sitting in or the tobacco was sitting in La Aurora. And
The cigars, I think, were.
Cigars, so fully blended cigars.
think the cigars
or
were fully-
rolled cigars
yeah.
were sitting. Oh, this cigar's awesome. Box worthy. The Corona is definitely my favorite size.
I thought it was a very good cigar.
Where are you going, Stogie Santa? You're not
another
leaving.
martini?
You're up there. You got to tell us what you've been
I gotta-
smoking, dude.
No. I'll tell you something. No. I just got a text. The cigar that caught me by surprise was the pickle juice.
Really?
Yes, I've got to say that. Unlike you said you didn't like it.
I wasn't. I mean, I didn't rate it as high as everyone else.
I enjoy that.
I did.
I really did. It didn't have that grassy flavor.
See, I think that's what I missed. I like that grassy
I think
flavor.
that's what I was saying. Yeah. But I did like what they did with this cigar.
I enjoy that immensely.
Yeah. What did you like about it?
Not having a grassy flavor, that Nicaraguan twang to it. It's like if you like the LFD type of grassy Dominican flavor compared to that, if you like that Nicaraguan, like Illusion, Skips, thank you. I just got a text that just caught me off.
Do we just need to talk about FDA? Is that do we need to get it off our chest?
No, I just got
We will have a special show tomorrow. We'll record tomorrow on that. Yeah.
Are we going to dedicate the entire Stogie Geeks news to FDA?
I haven't decided that yet, but we got to definitely break it down. So we'll talk about that beforehand.
No. I just got some.
I'm going to take your phone away real soon.
No.
This is still a young night. You're smoking cigars. You're drinking. You're among good friends. Put the phone.
No, this is. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. I'm sorry. It's a personal thing.
No worries.
No worries. I hope you understand.
No, absolutely.
I gotta go. What we talked about.
Okay. No, I understand that. Okay.
I gotta go.
So, Will, what else have you been smoking?
I have smoked the Nomad H-Town San Andreas Lancero.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Lancero that was done for Stogies World Class Cigars in Houston. It's by Nomad, and it's a shop exclusive as part of that H-Town series.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that store in Houston, what they do is they commission different people in the industry, but he only wants a Lancero. So this guy, he's just a huge Lancero fan who owns this
he's
store.
done a lot of Lancero. Yeah.
So he's done, for example, the Matte Boosted a Namakubi Ecuador in that cigar, as well as a Fratello. So there's like 9 of them. Dion's done one, Pete's done one, but this one's Fred Ruiz. And what's interesting about this cigar is it's his first San Andreas cigar that he's done.
Mm-hmm.
So he hasn't done a San Andreas cigar, so this was his first foray into this cigar. Overall, I thought it was actually a good cigar. It had some coffee notes. There was a little bit of a bitter component I got on this cigar, and I thought it held it back a bit. If I'm hesitating. So I thought there was some like nice woody notes out of this cigar, which I wouldn't expect out of a San Andreas cigar. But at the same time, I kind of got this bitterness off the coffee note, and it was just a little more than I'd prefer on that. Construction-wise, I just happen to think Fred's cigars are really, really well constructed. I get some of the best burns and draws, and this no exception to that. I thought it was classic Fred Rui in that medium, for the most part, range. I don't know if it's Fred's best cigar he's done, but I mean it was a good cigar with to foray into a San Andreas. I gave it a 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like Fred's cigar. In fact, I want to say Fred was the first interview we ever did on Stogie Geeks.
Fred was the first. He was actually the second, but he was because Caldwell came on like once before we actually started doing regular interviews. So technically, I think it was Fred who. And we've done interviews every week since then.
And I want to say he gave me this like Perfecto cigar really early on. I don't remember what it was.
Yes, he did. He gave you the Fugitive.
Awesome.
The Fugitive.
It was awesome.
That was his first cigar.
Yeah.
The Fugitive, which was the one he did in the DR.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
So he's got a good track record with me, so I like his stuff a lot.
Yeah.
And his Facebook page is awesome. Speaking of Lanceros, though, I did Christoph Maduro Lancero. Great cigar.
Well, how strong was it? Because I think
it had
that's
some
one of
punch to it, dude. It did. It had some punch. I remember lighting up, and in fact, I think I said to Mark, our production assistant, Mark, I'm like, wow, this cigar's got a lot of body to it. Like, this cigar's got a lot going on. and I got a lot of good chocolatey goodness from it. I called it. It was good all the way through. I remember I smoked it all the way down to the nub. I really liked it. I called it a 5. I liked it. I thought it was good.
Now, I think that Christoph Maduro is one of the most powerful cigars.
It is. It was a lot
in
of
Glenn's line.
Yeah.
It has got some real firepower to it, where I was surprised about it.
But it still had a smoothness to it, which I liked.
mean, it is, and that's what you get from that Christoph Maduro. I don't think I've ever had that in the Lancero, though.
I got this right from Jared. So is it a new? I don't know if it's a new size or.
No, I think it's been around.
Okay.
I don't think it's a new size at all. I mean, there's not a lot of Lanceros in the Christoph portfolio.
Right. They do a Sumatra Lancero,
Yeah, I
which
think
is
they
very
do.
good.
Yeah. But I don't think there's a lot of. By the way, yeah, and it just sort of Christoph released the Connecticut and the Habano this week, so I'm starting to see those start to make their way through.
Nice.
Yep.
What else, Will?
So I smoked a cigar from a gentleman by the name of Mike Argenti. Do you know
The
that
name rings a bell.
Okay, so Mike Argenti, he started out at Perdomo Cigars. He's actually Nick Perdomo's brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
So he's with Tabacalera Perdomo for a long time. He then, I think he was a VP there, so he was kind of like Nick's right-hand man. He then went off and formed a company with his brother and Kiki Berger called Berger and Argenti.
Yes, I remember that.
You remember those cigars?
I do.
They had the fuse coming out of that thing?
They had their big thing was the entubado rolling method.
Yeah.
And they left some of the filler tobacco sticking out the end.
Yeah.
I remember those.
Yeah.
Those were pretty good, actually.
They were very
Yeah.
good. I mean, yeah. I mean, I actually really, and then the company, unfortunately.
Those were like solid 5ers for me. I think they were great. They were good value. They weren't expensive
No,
from what I
actually,
remember.
they were a little pricey. Actually, that one was a little pricey, that cigar.
They were fun to smoke.
They
though.
were very
Yeah.
fun to smoke, yeah. So Mike is kind of resurfaced. And he reached out to me, and I think I saw the cigar in there, so I know I sent it to you. He launched a brand called La Gran Llave, which means...
What does that look like? Oh, you just sent that to me like today.
Today,
I got it. Yeah,
just
okay.
got-
Yeah.
Yeah, La Gran Llave...
Those were in a resting period before I reviewed them. Yeah.
And it is a cigar he has worked on at the AJ Fernandez factory. A nice box press cigar with a Mexican San Andreas. I have a lot of San Andreas this week, so this is
Interesting.
completely a weird week.
Coming full circle for
Yeah,
you.
and I have another one after this, too, I'm going to talk about. Ecuadorian Habano wrapper and a Nicaraguan filler. And I smoked the 5x54 Robusto. Great. This was a great cigar. Mike knocked it out of the park with this cigar. I love the box press format. It's everything you'd expect with a cigar, a Maduro cigar, the earth notes, the coffee notes, there's some nice cedar notes in there. It had great construction. Medium cigar. So it's got the dark wrapper and it almost looks intimidating.
And these are box pressed, right?
Box press, yeah. Fantastic cigar. Mike, I got to talk to Mike a few times. I want to get him on a future episode of Stogie Geeks. I gave it a box-worthy cigar. This is one of the sleeper cigars, and he has 5 sizes. I'll say the 5 sizes smoke all differently. I did smoke the Robusto. I think the Corona may even be better than this size now.
So I'm curious, what happened to Berger and Argenti?
They went out of business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know the reasons why they went out of business, but it sometimes happens.
Well, because I like those cigars. I remember they actually came into Mr. J. Savannah Smoke Shop, and everyone was really high on it, and I smoked a whole bunch of them.
Excellent quality cigars they had. They had some other.
So this is his new cigar. Now I'm interested to smoke this because of he's got a good track record with me.
And I want to get Mike on the show because he's got a history in this business, and he was really proud of this cigar. When I talked to him on the phone, he was telling me about it. He was, and it lived up to what he said. I think it was a terrific cigar, and a lot of people who smoked it, for the most part, the people I've talked to, have liked it. So, I mean, in general, I think it's a cigar. I'm kind of curious to see what your thoughts are, but I thought he did well. He's got another cigar called the LGL Limited, which is a bundle cigar. Which actually I smoked that. I'll send you some of those as well. And you wouldn't believe it's one of those bundle cigars that doesn't smoke like a bundle cigar.
Right.
Very good. So I'm glad for him. It's a good. The company's called La Gran Llave as well. So.
You just noticed there was a lower third up for De Crossier Cigars,
yep.
who's a proud sponsor of the Stogie
This
Geeks
is
show.
a cigar I wanted you to smoke.
You sent this one to me,
Yeah.
and it was probably gifted to us by De Crossier, I would
It was
imagine.
from Santana
Yeah.
Diaz, yep.
And this is the De Crossier La Forte.
La Forte. Yep.
La Forte.
Yep.
And it's a Robusto-sized cigar. Will, you can probably fill us in the blend, but I tell you what, I smoked this cigar at the end of the day, and it's interesting. I will smoke smaller cigars towards the end of the day, right? Like my review cycle kind of goes, I start off as mild as I can in the beginning of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Size really doesn't matter because I got all day when I'm here in the studio, right? And just for those of you that don't know, like when I come to work here, my office is here in the studio and I can smoke in the office. So I tend to start off as mild as I can. Size doesn't matter because I got all day. I go to the middle of the day. Size may matter a little bit. If I want to work in a third, like my second cigar of the day, if I light it up around lunchtime, if I'm smoking a 3-hour cigar in the middle of the day, dude, I'm like, oh, do I really want like a third one after? Like I get tired.
Right.
So I kind of pick like a medium-sized cigar for the middle of the day, and I try not to go too strong in the middle of the day, but I can go a little stronger because it's usually after I have lunch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go a little stronger in the middle of the day, and then at the end of the day, you know, it's usually like that 3 o'clock time frame, and I'm like, I gotta leave around 5 because I have a family, and go home, have dinner, help my wife out, the kids, and stuff like that. So I got like that 2-hour, 3 to 5 o'clock cigar, and I don't like to light up anything larger than a Toro. Like even a Toro is kind of. I'm usually like Robusto size because I don't want to rush it. I don't want to be smoking it on my way home. Although sometimes I inevitably I have to do that, and I only live 10 minutes away, so I know like that amount of smoking time is not good. So I'll tend to go towards a much stronger because now I've had 2 cigars. I know my palate's a little tired. A stronger Robusto size cigar. In this one, I was like, oh, this fits the bill. Right? And I tell you what a great full-bodied smoke to end the day. I mean, there was no question that I was finding the flavors in this cigar, Will. Fantastic full-bodied cigar. I enjoyed every single bit of this cigar. Full-bodied, full-flavored. And to have that combination, it wasn't harsh. There wasn't a lot of spice. It was just smooth, full-bodied, full-flavored cigar. I rated it a box split. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, no, I agree. I really like that cigar, too. To give you an idea with that, that's one of his most premium cigars. It does have a higher price point. So, I mean, I think you're looking at over $15.
Well, I can see that.
What surprised me about that cigar is a Costa Rican wrapper, and it's got Dominican and Nicaraguan filler. We don't know what the binder is, but there's something in that. Costa Rican, I tend to find a milder tobacco. And there's something he's doing with that blend to get that to be as full-bodied as he is. Because I don't know how he's doing it, but... I'll give him a lot of credit on that one because he definitely is like I said, I love that cigar. It's one of my favorites that he does.
I would agree.
And the packaging, if you go on Cigar Coop, there's some piano finish boxes. He goes all out on the packaging with that one.
Back to you, Will.
So I smoked the Tabacero by Hamlet Paredes.
I haven't smoked this one yet. We run the ad for it.
Yeah,
because they're a sponsor.
I should have brought some up. They did, so I have some of those for you. And this is one of these cigars. So this was released at the IPCPR. It's by Rocky Patel. And I'm going to say Rocky Patel's had an incredible last 12 months. What they've been releasing right now. They released.
But Hamlet Paredes is in fact a person, right? Because we talk about it in the ad. I was reading about it because we were running the ad for it. Yeah.
He's a legitimate Cuban cigar star.
Right.
So he actually was a ambassador for Habanos. He's done a lot of rolling events. He's come to the U.S. and he's come to work for Rocky Patel. So he blended this cigar down in Naples, Florida. He could not blend this cigar in Nicaragua because he didn't have, from what I'm saying, he didn't have his visas to go there. But he did the cigar in Naples. And then I guess he sent the blend with Rocky down to the Nicaraguan factory where they're producing that cigar. And the interesting about this cigar is you will not find the Rocky Patel name on this cigar, which is probably I think it's the only one in the portfolio that's doing that. Great blend. It's got a San Andreas Maduro wrapper. How about that? Another one. It's got Mexican and Brazilian on the binder, so there's a double binder, and it's a Nicaraguan filler. I smoked the 5x50 Robusto. The other thing that's real interesting, before I kind of just talk about the rating, is Hamlet's doing rolling events in the U.S., and what he's doing is he's rolling these 3-foot Calabras, like 3 feet long,
Oh my God!
right? And they're actually. Well,
You got a picture of it there?
yeah, I'll have to put it in the
Oh,
feed.
it's loading.
But it's like I said, they had these at
You post
IPCPR.
gigantic pictures to your website.
Well,
dude.
because we put the best in quality there.
They're gigantic.
But yeah, these things are only available at the events. These 3-foot Calabras. So in terms of that, it if you go there, he rolls it. You can watch him roll the thing, and
Oh wow!
it's a work of art. I mean, it's a work.
Can you smoke those 3-foot Calibers?
I don't know if they're meant to smoke. I haven't seen anyone smoke them, but it's more meant to be a keepsake. I've seen them put it in a frame or whatever. That being said, this is a cigar. I smoked it late last year. I thought it needed some more time. I'll be honest. So I wasn't sure about this cigar, but I've gone back and revisited it, and I think it's really coming along nicely. It's about a medium to medium. It's more of a upper end of medium to full in strength and body. Very good balance between the strength and body as far as this cigar goes. Get a great roasted coffee note off this thing. So this is great with a cup of black coffee is what I would find this. Just enjoyed the cigar. I give it a box split.
Excellent. I smoked the Gen F Sungrown, and despite popular belief, this is not the Jennifer cigar. Despite what spell check thinks they like to make of this cigar, this is the Gen F.
Yeah.
This is our good friend Jim from
Cigar,
one of the groups on
Yeah,
Facebook.
yep.
One of
I'm
those.
sorry,
I'll get it
Jim.
wrong, so I won't say it.
yeah, I'm
but
sorry, Jim.
Yeah,
Since you guys went to the initials, it really confused me.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's all.
So Jim gave me this cigar, and this is a pretty large size. This is like a double Corona, like a pretty thick double Corona size cigar with a sun-grown wrapper. It smoked really, for a large cigar, it smoked pretty well. And large cigars, I mean, they're tough to
Oh yeah.
to blend and get through. Nice flavors and stayed consistent throughout. Not a lot of change-ups, but I would smoke this on the deck or outside, working in the yard or on the deck while I'm grilling, outdoor kind of cigar. I give it a 5.
Yeah, I haven't had. I mean, I shouldn't say I haven't had that one. I've
Yeah.
had another one. I need to kind of go back and revisit that one for sure.
This one was, a good fire. Like I said, if I was on the deck in the summertime and I knew I was doing other things, this would be a cigar that I would reach for. It had great burn, draw, and construction, and good flavors.
Nice.
Speaking of Esteban Carreras, I should have covered this one before, Will. I smoked the 10 Años Toro.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about,
10 años,
I
yep.
smoked the Robusto.
Right.
The Toro I liked better than the other sizes.
Okay.
This had nice flavors in the first 2/3. The final third didn't hold up for me, which kind of garnished that 5 rating for me. Had the final third of this cigar really held up to the first 2/3, it would have garnered a much higher rating. But because those first 2/3 were so awesome, like had great flavors, I rated it a 5. I think this is one we really have to find the size that's going to do it for you. And I think I've only smoked 2 out of the 3 or 4 sizes that they have. So, and again, this is one that's been aging at La Aurora for a while, and has some special tobaccos in there. So, good cigar.
Nice. Yeah, I like that blend a lot. That's a blend I like a lot with the Habano Maduro.
Over to you, Will.
Got one more. The CAO Amazon Basin. Have you had the Amazon Basin?
I haven't.
So it's
I smoked a Pilon last week
okay.
from CAO.
So yeah, the Amazon Basin came out 2 years ago, and what it is it's a cigar that doesn't have a band, but what it has a thick tobacco stem wrapped around it. And then what they've done
Do you have
with
a picture of it? Let me see. Where is it? Oh, yeah. I've seen that cigar. I have not smoked that one. I have seen it.
I may have an extra one of these left.
It's a really cool band, yeah.
Yeah, it's an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, Dominican and Colombian filler, but they have another filler from Brazil called Braganca. And I guess this Braganca cigar, I'm butchering the name, I'm sorry, CAO, but it's a cigar that they're getting from Brazil in the Amazon, and it's a very low yield tobacco. And the story of that is because it's so low yield, they were only able to make a certain amount of cigars. And it's actually been pretty legit because this cigar, probably since General acquired CAO, it's become probably the most requested cigar.
Interesting.
I think it's kind of that one that really became almost a cult following like CAO had prior to the acquisition. So I think they got a lot of that back with this cigar. It's a really, really nice cigar. Great flavors. It's got an interesting, like almost a little bit of a raisin sweetness. And I don't like that raisin sweetness heavy on a cigar because I find it a little young. But this one's kind of it's just a nice dialed back one. There's like a chocolate, there's a white pepper note that's coming out on this thing. It's a good medium cigar for about the first 2/3. Here's the problem with the cigar, and it's not really a bad thing. When you reach that part where the stem's wrapped around it, you can't pull that off. You'll crack it.
Oh, interesting.
You can smoke through it, but it's going to just, at that point, the cigar is going to get bitter, and you got to put it down. Mm-hmm. That's what's keeping that from being a box-worthy cigar. It's still a box split, very good cigar. You get the flavors you get up until that point are great, and by that point, it's really you're almost like
you're almost done with it anyway.
You're three-quarters of the way through it. If you just want to get that little finger burning up, you're just not going to get it with it. But like I said, that's the only drawback I've seen with that cigar.
Well, it sounds interesting that a low-yield wrapper, you kind of think like special, like I want to smoke it, you know?
Exactly. But like I said, it's a very good. I don't. They're supposedly going to make it again when the tobacco's available, but they haven't. They didn't release it last year, which was a pretty good sign that hey, they did keep it kind of limited.
Yeah. I smoked a Southern Draw Kudzu Toro. I hadn't smoked this cigar, and we talked with
Robert Holt.
Robert
Holt.
On the
That's
show.
San Andres Maduro.
Yes.
Did he send you those too?
He did.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, the flavors on this cigar are really unique.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that from this cigar. And it's interesting how I mentally think of that kudzu plant that grows and kind of takes over trees, right? And how kind of unique that story is.
Yeah, he was telling us that story on episode 169.
And the flavors are very unique in this cigar, which I really liked. I smoked one of them for this review, and I have more. And I want to smoke more of these because I really enjoyed it. It smoked well. It burned great. And the flavor profile was pretty unique for the cigar. And I appreciated that. I rated it a 5. I think with age and me smoking more, that rating might go up. But I enjoyed the cigar.
I thought it was a good cigar. I thought it was a good cigar too. Like he's doing some nice stuff right now. With he's doing that one at AJ as well.
Yeah, and he does the Connecticut too, which we reviewed last week or the week before. Yeah.
Yep. He got one called the Firethorn, which is a Habano.
I haven't smoked that one yet, but I smoked the Corona in this kudzu, and I liked both of them a lot, actually.
Yep.
It's good smoking cigars.
And he's got a couple of other quick draws as well, so yeah.
I think that's... I smoked an M. Bombay Corojo Oscuro Double Corona. You reviewed this on the show a couple of episodes back. It's a stronger offering from M. Bombay. Nice flavors, nice spice. It kicks it up a notch for M. Bombay, which I really liked.
Really more full. It's probably his most full cigar.
The final third didn't quite do it for me. And I think really for me, I like, excuse me, the M. Bombay's medium to milder cigars much better.
See, this one's my favorite one of that.
Really? See, I rated this one a 5, and I know some of the ones from M. Bombay I've rated much higher. They're a sponsor of the show.
Yeah. But I think it shows the strength of the portfolio that there is something for everybody.
There's a stronger one in there.
Yeah.
Just, for me, I don't know. Stronger cigars for me, I guess I'm more critical of. I like the milder to medium ones anyway. And that reflects on my rating system. But, 5 is not a bad rating.
5 is not bad at all. No, we're telling you to buy multiples of that.
So I thought it had some great flavors on it,
absolutely.
which I really liked. So.
Yep.
Do you have more, Will?
I'm done. I had a travel week, so I had a little less this week.
I think I'm done, too.
Looking at the list, I think you...
I am. I think I did everything.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We did. So do we have
I have a contest question, which, you know what? I don't think it made it into the wiki. That means you're going to have to fill time until I can pull it up.
Well, how about that? Yeah, I guess I got to fill some time here. But tonight we're actually going to be
talking about FDA for a minute.
Yeah, so we'll have a Stogie Geeks news piece, but I think folks know tonight that the big news today is that the FDA has announced its regulations. So they have actually gone ahead and they've published these regulations. The plan is for these things to go into effect in the next 90 days. The bad news is that the what's called the predicate date was not was set to 2007, meaning anything from 2007, you do not have to apply for FDA approval. Anything from 2007 to the time the regulations go into effect, you have 2 years to apply for approval, and it can stay on the market. And then anything after that has to submit for approval. How this is going to shake out, I think we're going to have to still figure that out. But we'll kind of break a little more of that down. I think what that means, I have some ideas, I think, on what's going to happen. It's a bad scenario, but what I will say is this industry will adapt, and it will go on.
Absolutely.
So I wouldn't
So
worry.
my question, Will, was what's the origin behind coffins? But I think there really was no origin. So I'm going to change the question.
Yeah,
What was my favorite coffin cigar?
that's easy enough.
I mentioned a very specific cigar.
Yep.
That was my favorite coffin cigar.
They got to get the
year. You got to get the year.
You have to get the year
yeah,
right.
you got to be pretty specific of what was my favorite coffin cigar. Email the answer to the show at StogieGeeks.com. You will win the fabulous Stogie Geeks prize pack. Plus, you will win a Camacho Liberty from 2014 is the one we got from next door from the Havana Cigar Club. Kindly donated a coffin cigar since our contest question was around coffin cigars. We definitely wanted to include
So
that
thank
in the
you to
question.
Havana Cigar Club for
Yeah,
that.
thank you for Havana Cigar Club for that. Located right next door to the studio here in Warwick, Rhode Island. What was my, Paul, favorite coffin cigar that I mentioned on the show? It's a very specific cigar. You will win a 5-pack of if we have a picture of it, we do have a picture of it. It should be coming up on the screen hopefully shortly, of the Abe Flores half Coronas in the tin.
Oh, those are nice.
Those are good little cigars.
Yeah,
I
those are
tell you what, you want to fill some time, in the car, get a short drive.
Yeah, the Abe Flores ones, those are the Corojos. I think they're the red tin.
And the red tin, and it's a cedar. They put a little cedar on them, but it's a very small cigar. It's a nice cigar. And you'll also get a Camacho Liberty from 2014.
Pretty good deal. Yep.
So,
Yep. So
do we have a picture of that? Or no?
do we have a picture of it, guys?
We did. I saw it up there. It was queued up before.
Yeah.
And then we ran some lower thirds. So,
But I think before we go, just a reminder to everybody, we actually are going to be having a show on Monday. This is the last Thursday show.
this is the last Thursday show.
Yeah, there's been I'd say most of the 100.
Well, I'm excited because I do a marathon on Thursday. This is like my third podcast today, and if you count segments, right? Like we recorded Stogie Geeks Shorts with the Steaks. I recorded Security Weekly, which was a pre-recorded interview, so that was pretty easy for me. Then we did a security news segment. Then we came here and we did an interview. We did a Debonair Ideal.
Unbanded.
We did an Unbanded, and this is like my sixth or seventh segment of today. Thursdays are a long day because we're doing. I mean, this is the legacy, the history behind Stogie Geeks.
Yeah.
Is that typically for the past? This is our 11th year of doing Security Weekly podcast. So for those of you that are into computer security, please check out that podcast because we've been doing it a long time. It's a lot of fun. It's an awesome show. At some point, this is our 5th year of the Stogie Geeks.
Yep.
So roughly 5 years ago, or 4.5 years ago, or whatever, I said I want to do a cigar podcast, and I said the only way I can make that work is if I do them on the same night.
Right.
And so, historically, for 4.5 years, we've done Security Weekly. Not Will, but myself and a bunch of other people do Security Weekly from 6 to 8. And then Stogie Geeks was 8:30 till whenever we finished 11.
Right.
Now it's 11:30, but so it makes for a really long night on Thursdays. Now, since I've left my day job, I got a little more flexibility. We've shifted Stogie Geeks to Monday nights, so 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. We're gonna try and keep the show to 2 hours on Monday nights. Security Weekly's 8:30. To 10 Thursdays, going to be 2 hours. Oh, I'm sorry. So it's going to be 6 to 8 on Thursday. So it'll be 2 hours there. So maybe to kind of split it up, spread it out. For a lot of reasons, that works for a lot of people. Yeah, we'll compete with Monday Night Football.
But we'll compete with Thursday Night Football.
But you know what? Monday Night Football, if you're on the East Coast, what time does Monday Night Football
8:30.
start? Yeah, so we're really not going to compete too much with Monday. Have a cigar before the game.
Right.
Right?
It's going to give us an opportunity to do some other projects, I think. on Monday night, which
Yeah.
which we'll talk about in the future.
Absolutely.
And to be honest with folks, Thursday night's a big event night in the cigar industry.
It is.
So we kind of talked to some folks, and I think
Well, it's interesting. We caught up with Matt Booth, who was going to an event here in
Right.
Rhode Island. And
Right,
he
and-
came by the studio. We had had a cigar with him
I
earlier.
pinned Mike
And
Ball-
Matt's awesome. I love Matt.
I
He's
love
a
Matt
great
too,
guy.
yeah. And Mike Bellotti, who, friend of the show, I told him I was in town. He had an event tonight.
Right.
So we've been very fortunate to get our guests, but you've seen sometimes we've had to get, they've had to do it from events. I think this will help us, and the good thing is you'll always be able to get this show on demand. So I think I'm really excited about and to kick it off.
We're in more places than ever before. Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes. It doesn't matter what podcast catcher you use. We're there. And in fact, you use a podcast catcher and we're not there, send an email to the show at StogieGeeks.com. We get a full staff. We'll make that happen.
We have the most distribution options of any show.
Absolutely.
But that Monday show, look, I love all the guests we have on. We have Nestor Miranda and Jason Wood. I'm like a little kid having Nestor on the show.
This Monday too. It was kind of poor planning. We didn't think about spacing it out. It would have meant maybe taking. I don't know. Anyway,
we may have a shorter Stogie.
It's going to be a shorter Stogies of the week because this weekend I'm not going to have a whole bunch of time to review cigars.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and review some cigars tomorrow when we're together.
Yeah,
We're going to do Stogie Geeks News, Stogie Geeks Shorts.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and review some cigars tomorrow and Monday. So it's going to be a shorter list. But moving forward, Monday night's going to be awesome. And Nestor Miranda, Jason Wood, two just like full of personality.
They are. Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, Nestor is. Like I said, I love everyone in the cigar industry, but there's just something I get a little giddy when Nestor's on. So he's a great guy. So I'm really looking. And we've been trying to.
That's this Monday, May 9th.
May 9th, yeah. Yep. And
you can always visit StogieGeeks.com, get an archive of all of our shows, watch the live stream.
Yep.
Cigar-Coop.com for all the latest news and reviews. The FDA, huge news today.
Yep.
Make sure you tune in to our next Stogie Geeks News episode, which we'll record tomorrow.
We'll really break it down for you. And we'll give you what we think's going to happen. And don't worry.
That's it.
Yeah.
So thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll see everyone
Monday night
on the Stogie Geeks Show.